Hey, Kerry here. I want to start this video by reading to you what I sent out to my tribe that meet at the Discord. There's roughly 18,000, going on 19,000 of them. What I sent out to them this morning is before the market opened, as it was. Let me read it. This morning, Nita and I have to get our second vaccine shot, so I will not be here for the market open. It looks like another down day. I will be looking at my portfolio to find the biggest losers that were my biggest gainers. These stocks like XONE, DDD, and PACB that were my biggest gainers and have dropped substantially over the past week. My logic is if they were hot before the storm, they'll be hot after it blows over. If you'll recall last week, I sold those that had not met my expectations and raised $40,000 cash. I'll be spending it later today. The world is still at the beginning of the biggest change in over 400 years. That change can be driven by disruptive technology. This is your opportunity to participate. You are in the right place at the right time. Got to leave now. Got to get my shot. That's what I wrote, and that was probably 5 hours ago. And I still feel that way. I did, in fact, go in and buy several stocks. I notified my tribe as I did it so that they could basically benefit from my experience. I think the one thing that I have that a lot of people don't have is past experience and a controlled mind, a controlled emotions. I want to expand upon that, and I want to expand upon what I think is going to happen from this point forward and why what is happening is happening. So stick with me. Let me put together my thoughts, and I'll be right back with you.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
It has been very, very easy to be a stock market investor since last March. All you had to do was recognize valued stocks that were actually undervalued as a result of the notification of a coronavirus, and buy them, and then let them go up. Stay away from those. You stayed away from those who were basically put out of business as a result of the virus. The airlines, the cruise ships, the shopping malls, a lot of brick and mortar retail. But if you recognize that technology was taking over and that we were going to respond to this coronavirus and how we were going to respond to it and how our habits were going to change, it was a field day. It was unprecedented growth in your portfolio. So as soon as though, when that growth expanded at such a rapid rate, when any doubt came forward, as it has in the last couple of weeks, people started running for cover. People started putting money in cash so that they didn't get the tumble down, because as it starts to go down, as it goes down 5%, more people sell. As more people sell, more computer programs click in and take the sell down further. The real difficulty of this is so many of you are in ETFs, and when you sell everything that's in that ETF. If there's 200 stocks in that ETF, your ETF manager has to sell them all. And that starts the landslide. And the landslide will go on until you stop selling. That's as simple as it is. That's difficult to comprehend, and it's difficult to deal with emotionally. I like to say Now, what your biggest enemy in this is this unwanted roommate in your head who is telling you, you don't know what the hell you're doing. You're in this over your head. You need to get out now. And you do. How do I know this? Because I experienced it in the dot-com bubble. I saw it happen. I saw it happen again in the subprime crisis, the real estate market crash. And you, the investor, do the same predictable thing every time the water gets rough. You bail out. You say, I got to get out of this because I'm losing everything that I've got. I'm down 20%. Yeah, I'm down more than that. But I then go back and I look at the charts of the NASDAQ, of the S&P 500 for the last 90 years, and if you spread it out over a month-to-month basis, it's almost a straight line going up. If you take it to a day-to-day basis, then you see those bumps in the road. So you've got to take your mind out of the day-to-day, the hour-to-hour, the minute-to-minute basis, and say, am I invested in the companies that are going to change the world I live in? Have I read the book, The Future is Faster Than You Think? And do I know what this world is going to look like 5-10 years from now? And am I positioned to take advantage of it and profit along with the companies that are going to facilitate this change? This has nothing whatsoever to do what's happening on the stock market this minute. It has nothing to do with it. Because, again, as I said in my letter, my biggest gainers were X1, DDD, and Pacific something bio. Don't even know the names of these stocks, but I know what they do. 3D printing and genome sequencing. Is this going to be a part of our future? Yeah. Is it a part of our today? Probably not, because it's going down today, but it will go back up. Please change your graph. Change your graph to a month-to-month graph and go and click the button that says all and see what your S&P 500, your NASDAQ, and your Dow looks like. And then take a deep breath and just kind of deal with it, because it is going to turn back around. And let me tell you why I believe that. Right now, there is some quibble by the Republicans about, is Joe Biden's relief package going to pass? There is even a hearing. I see Jerome Powell on it, and they try to pin him down. Do you think we should do this? And he says, that's not my job. I'm not going to comment on that. That's the job of you, the Congress, and you, the Senate, and you, the administration. Well, we know that the Democrats control the House, that the Senate is split 50-50, and Kamala does the deciding vote. We know that they're in control. So if Joe says, I want 1.9 billion, or what is it, 1.9 trillion, or whatever it is, 190 billion, just short of a trillion. Let's call it a trillion. If Joe wants it, he's going to get it. And then they're trying to pin Jerome down. Is this healthy? And Jerome just keeps telling him, if the economy is growing at a more rapid pace than the deficit, we reduce the deficit. And they ask another silly question. Yeah, but is it healthy that we keep spending this money? And Jerome repeats, if the economy is growing at a more rapid pace than the deficit, it will take care of itself. Again, they don't understand. So, is the economy going to grow at a more rapid pace than the deficit? Once we get through this, yes, it always has and it always will. But this time, it's going to grow even faster because of the technology that is coming to play. Our world is going to change. If you haven't read this, shame on you. Shame on you. I'm now reading it the third time. Because, again, why am I reading it the third time? Because I have doubts. I know what's going to happen, but it isn't easy. So that's where I'm at with my tribe. If you'd like to be a part of our tribe, our 18,000 that exchange ideas, that support each other in hard times like this, go to bestofusinvestors.com. Sign up there and with your name and your email address, and I'll send you a link to the Discord. It's, again, where our tribe meets. And then you can, through Patreon, you can get access to my morning pep talks, if you will, my morning insights. You can see my portfolio. It's down substantially, but that's okay. I'm okay with that because I don't need the money today. I don't need to take it to Publix and buy groceries with it, so I don't really care what it's worth today because I know the future is going to be brighter. The future is going to be different. And change creates growth. And as Jerome Powell said, again today, if the economy is growing at a faster rate than the deficit, it's no problem. So, folks, it's no problem. Come to Best of Us Investors. I'll share my experience, my knowledge with you, and hopefully you can get through this unscathed. Thanks. Talk to you again tomorrow.